I'm in third form and I currently attend the St. Martin Academy. I always had an interest in joining organizations and activities such as the Youth Parliament. From a young age, I'm shown an interest in activities. Thank you. From a young age, I've shown an interest in activities in which you can voice your opinions without a fight. I've always had strong views and opinions on different topics, which led me to become a rather outspoken person. A question I was recently asked was why I joined the Youth Parliament. I joined Youth Parliament because it helps the youth to take real action on conflict we face here on the island of St. Martin. The Youth Parliament also gives a voice to young persons that cannot or don't know how to speak up, a voice that no young person should be deprived of. The Youth Parliament is an extremely important opportunity to guide and give the youth a helping hand. To better our future, with the help of the Youth Parliament, I can understand and make an impact on the youth of St. Martin and a difference in the community. Not only will this organization help improve our community, it will also contribute to bettering myself as an individual. I believe that our generation will make a heavy impact in our environment and will be remembered for generations to come. Our current generation has already begun to make a change in society, and this is just the beginning of our journey. We are the future leaders of tomorrow.
My name is Jelisa Simon, a 16-year-old student of the National Institute of Professional Advancement, NIPA, where I'm enrolled in the LPN program, which is the Licensed Practical Nurse program. I was recommended by my former school sundial to join the Youth Parliament last year. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to withdraw. However, I was convinced by one of the members that rejoining would be a great opportunity to do something constructive for the youth of St. Martin, and I have no regrets. I am aware of all that I bring to the table and how I can help the youth of St. Martin, because we are the future of this island. There is so much that needs to change, and I know that I am capable of helping bring about said change. Interestingly enough, I have never been drawn to politics, but since joining this wonderful organization, I have found pleasure in it and satisfaction in the idea that what I'm doing is helping the youth of this island. I look forward to working with this team of committed individuals and our partners, as together everyone achieves more. I thank you.
Thank you. Today I stand here before you with a profound sense of honor and gratitude. My name is Imani Telford, and I proudly hail from the resilient and vibrant country of St. Martin and currently attending St. Martin Academy. Throughout my life's journey, I've had the privilege to partake in diverse experiences that have broadened my horizon and molded my character. However, one recent chapter shines brightly, a pageant that not only tested my resilience, but also opened the door to an extraordinary organization, Youth Parliament. Youth Parliament, in my eyes, is not merely an institution. It is a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. It bestows upon the youths of our island the priceless opportunity to voice their concerns, have their dreams nurtured, and see their aspirations take flight. Hence, the reason I joined Youth Parliament. Today, I am deeply humbled and profoundly grateful for the privilege of being a part of this transformative initiative. In the wise words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. As we convey here, let us not forget the profound impact of unity and collective action. Our shared commitment to empower our youth and amplify their voices form the bedrock of our progress.
What an interesting group of youth in power, I said before joining the Youth Parliament. My name is Asante Phillips. I'm currently a student at Milton Peters College in the HAVO department. I stand by a motto which is, nothing about youth without youth, because who better to relate to the youth than the youth themselves? I have facts about me is that I enjoy writing articles, I have a high interest in studying law, and I'm self-motivated. Testing my ability to join testing my ability to see how much I enjoy helping the community as a youth member. In 1 week, I pushed myself to join Teen Times, Alpha Leo's Club, and the St. Martin Youth Parliament. And successfully, I have been able to join all. I joined this group, the St. Martin Youth Parliament, because I've seen how you guys take initiative for us young people to let everyone know that we are the future and how we can make St. Martin better for us. By joining the St. Martin Youth Parliament, I would like to take a stand for my peers and help them in all ways that I can. So, my fellow youth parliamentarians, let's show everyone that we have what it takes, and with us, there is a bright future ahead.
My name is Alexis Duzong, and I'm 13 years old, and I attend St. Dominic High. I'm in third form, and I take the business stream. It is a blessing to be here and have the opportunity to speak among all of you guys, and I'm very grateful. I got interested in the youth parliament through a friend. I grew up always thinking politics was just something for adults. I never thought there was something for the youth. I always felt that youth never really had a voice. And I felt that they never was really taken seriously or talked about. So when I heard about the youth parliament and I first came to the meeting, it was a very new experience for me. It was very fun. I enjoyed it. I realized a lot of new things about me. I realized that I wasn't really good at public speaking, so I'm sorry. On behalf, I'm sorry. The first time I came, I was quite introverted. I did not really get at socializing. As I keep coming to the meetings, it's like I kind of opened up. It felt like a really safe place. I want to thank the mentors for making me very comfortable and being able to, believing me. Thank you for believing in me. I wanted to become one of the voices for the youth after I realized all these problems been happening, like mental health, etc., etc. Been wanting to help out in the community a lot, and I felt like I couldn't do that until I was an adult. So when I got the opportunity to join the youth parliament, I was very happy.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Social and health insurances. Your social and health insurances.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emil Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zakers Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welchalaken Road, Cay Hill from Welchalaken Road roundabout until the One Tete Loque roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Why is the budget not here today? What is the holdup? MP Bryson delved into it. MP Bryson made mention that the incorporation of the ENIA situation has now also been incorporated in the budget amendment. Was this something that I anticipated? None of us did. How do I feel about the position? I'm not particularly happy about it, especially if it's going to infringe on what we need as the Ministry of Justice to be complete. We've worked tirelessly on this matter, and it is not fair to the justice workers and all of this administration that has worked to be able to bring this decade-plus situation to an end finally. I am concerned, if I may speak freely. I'm concerned about what is going to happen, but I need us to find a way. Throughout the years, many have called me to Parliament, many have demonstrated against the minister of wanting this done, and we have done what is necessary. We need this budget to pass. And I'll just mention that my last update as to the status of the budget is that it is currently going through the legal review, so that would be with Yazet and Way. It comes to the Council of Ministers within short. It has to go to the Council of Advice. It has to come to Parliament. So we are all just pushing behind. I'm just happy that it is out of the organization at this point in time, and it's going through the necessary legal review. But one thing I can assure you, the Ministry of Justice has completed all that it needed to. We are awaiting for this budget to be approved. Response to placement letters. Did everyone receive the letters? As far as I can recall from the placement team, the letters were received. There are some persons who are to receive reprints or reissuement of letters because certain information in the letters are not per se 100%. So those still need to happen. We also have some persons within the organization who, yes, is looking for their placement letter, but their history of movement from different departments over the years makes their particular situation complex. So those that iron out that information is what brings a delay with certain individuals, not many. I think it's maybe about 10 or 12 persons who are still pending because their situation is a bit peculiar. Yeah? They're not forgotten about, but they know as well that their situation is not straightforward, and it has to be ironed out. Between MP Heilager and MP Arundel, I think I was asked a question along the lines of, was everybody pleased? That is not realistic. Everyone will never be pleased with the situation. And where does that come from? One of the conversations that stands out greatly in these discussions is a lot of persons seem to anticipate this process to be one of a promotion. Not a placement in where I am, but that I would be promoted into something that I believe I deserve. And that requires a conversation. There's a lot of people who are accepting to it because they understood that now that we have a function book, I am now being aligned with my current position into the position that is stipulated of my job description. But then you have those persons who are saying, no, I don't agree with this because I feel I've been in this position long enough and I should be promoted into something else. That's a different discussion because this is not a promotion process, it's a placement process. I am aware that our legal counsel, who is also a part of, not a part of the appeals committee, but an objection committee that we have, those objection letters have been received and have been responded to. However, there is still a situation where the appeals committee comes into effect technically when you get your landspecified. Remember, there is a period of time that once you receive your landspecified, you can appeal it. That's the role of the appeals committee. And as I mentioned in my presentation, the placement and appeals committee will remain, because they are established by landspecified, so they are established by national decree legally, and we will not discontinue with these committees until this entire process is over.
Again, for clarity's sake, it is now the laws, the LBHAM, the LBAs, all is right now at the governor's, on the governor's desk to be signed off, to be ratified. It has been signed off completely already. I would just like the minister through you to clarify that. So has it been signed off completely? It's ready? I'm not sure. And again, I am confused because the last time the Minister of Finance was here, and I know I've just spoke to one of my colleagues just to confirm that I heard the exact same thing. The ENIA saga is supposed to be coming out of the 2024 budget. So it's not so. It's coming out of it's supposed to be amended, taken into consideration in the 2023 budget, because I'm a bit confused there. And there's a question that the minister didn't answer, is the pensioners, are they also part of this 7 to 10 year installment, or are they going to get paid in full? And lastly, I'm seeing 7 to 10 years. So has it been confirmed that it's 10 years? Has it been confirmed that it's 7 years? Or we're still trying to figure out the amount of years? Because I'm seeing 7 to 10. I'm not sure if it's 7 or 10. I want exactly, is it been completely confirmed? And my last question, and I'm trying to see if I understand the scenario completely, and maybe the minister can give me confirmation on that as well. They met in June, July with the CCSU, all of them, including NRPB. It was discussed that these installments were to take place and that every union since a couple months ago were already made aware that it's going to be between 7 to 10 years. So from what I'm gathering here, seemingly some of the union members have not informed their own people. And I don't think that's the fault of the Minister of Justice, my personal opinion. If the Minister of Justice already informed them that it's going to be 7 to 10 years, then it is at the purview of the union members to inform the people accordingly. Am I understanding it correctly? That's what I have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
MP Heilager wants to know if the governor has already signed. MP, no, the governor cannot sign if, in accordance to the kingdom law, he is required to receive the total calculations. In addition to finding the total calculations, he needs confirmation that the funding that is required to pay the justice workers is available. Keep in mind, once an employee has an LB in their hand, they automatically have claim. So we have to make sure that the financial availability is there. Hence the reason that the budget amendment or the signing of this package I just explained hinges on the amendment coming to Parliament and being approved. Once that approval happens, then the governor will receive the package. Let me reiterate, the governor has received the package in the past, which was in 2022, December, we sent it. So the legislative aspect of it, the governor has reviewed. It has been through the COR, etc. The calculations, a presentation and total breakdown was provided to the governor. So the governor is thoroughly informed. What he awaits is the budget being passed. Then he can sign.
Rooms occupancy is down 9% compared to last year, says the SHTA. But the islands around us seems to be having a much better experience, much better occupancy rate. And maybe it's time that we start looking at what the real issues are. And I listed a few of them, and I'm sure there are much more, but I just did this to start up the conversation. Is it the bad shape of the arrivals at the airport? Is this playing? Is this having an effect because people are talking about it on the social media and people are saying, well, I don't want to really stand up an hour and a half, 2 hours in the sun going to St. Martin. I would prefer to go to maybe St. Kitts or Antigua or Tortola. I don't know. Is it the large amount of uncontrolled Airbnbs we are having in our country where people are staying there so they are not filling the hotel rooms? And that might have been a reason that we dropped in occupancy rate. Now, mind you, when we just did this, and I spoke about this last week yet, when we did the census, we realized that in certain areas on the island, more the high-end areas on the island, a lot of rooms from houses were filled with guests. So the census didn't really worry with them because they were guests on the island. But guess what? Those guests are Airbnb guests because they're not staying in a hotel. So again, how does this pan out? Has any comparisons been done with that? Did our arrivals drop in numbers to see this? Would, for example, a pre-clearance solve the airlift? Because the SHTA was speaking about the very expensive airlift. Now, a way to bring down airlift is to have more airlines fly to your country at a lower rate also. It becomes competitive. When you get low-cost carriers flying into your country, like a Southwest, for example, or Spirit, it means that your coverage goes down. Now, the reason most of these low-cost carriers don't want to come here is because of the turnover time. When they reach back to the States, they have to land at an international gate. And it will mean customs, immigration. It takes them about 3 hours to clear the aircraft. While if you have pre-clearance, it takes about 45 minutes to clear an aircraft, turn it around and put it back up in the air. That's a huge savings in the airline business. So they can drop their rates coming to your country and still make money. This is one of the major benefits of pre-clearance. Something to think about because the Now Party stands very strongly for pre-clearance. It's one of the pillars that we really want to work on to ensure that we can bring airlift and tourists to the island. So maybe it's something that I said, let me see if this might be something. What about, is there a clear indication in the destination drop from the countries they come from? The biggest group of people we have is normally the American market. So was the 9% drop from the American market, or did it also have to do with the South American market, the Caribbean market, the European market, wherever we are? Is there any indication? Because again, you know, we talk about taxes and all these type of things, and I agree. If we are going to implement taxes, and I'm going to elucidate about that later, if we're going to implement taxes, I think it's very important that we also stick a tag to it. If we're going to implement certain taxes at the airport, maybe those taxes should go directly into the coffers of marketing country St. Martin. Again, these are things that we have to talk about and look at more carefully. And as the Now Party releases its manifesto piece by piece, you're going to see these things in its manifesto.
Social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
With you, the new Kentaco. a combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco with a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow! Compatible with all types of bites. New Taco. Enjoy a double-breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Taco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
They said that government was not investing in doing enough private investment, and I'm asking you, how is this projected in the 2024 budget? And also, have they issued a report on their visitors yet?
Yeah, so I agree with IMF, and with agreeing with them, I'm also very proud that you saw it for yourself, that we have 60.9 million guilders in capital expenditure to be executed for 2023, and that's exactly what he meant, that for the last more than a decade, there were no capital investments in the country, and that's something that doesn't allow much progress in the country. So as I've published it in the paper, also on our social media, the steps that we took in the last few years to ensure that in 2023 we were able to get approval by the Council of Ministers, by Parliament through budget, by CFT, by the Kingdom Council of Ministers, and by the first and second chamber of the Netherlands. And that process was not a process that happened in the past, right? So it's even more stringent now, right? I can say that I'm very proud of the ministry for getting us to this point and preparing also the different ministries on how to present their capital expenditure so that it can be approved. In addition to that, what we also did was make sure that you bring projects on board that you could actually execute within the year you say you're going to execute them. We were very strict on these policies also. So we had our own internal accountability, that we just don't have all these pet projects, right? But actual projects that would impact the community. In addition to that, you are able to execute, some of which have already started. Raul Village is the furthest along. So that's the field and the track, and I know that the department is working very hard on including a couple other aspects because of the process they took, and because they work so fast and efficient that they're able to even find some cost savings where they could put that money towards another aspect of Raul Village. So I'm very happy with the Department of Sports and how they work to get to this point, and also believe in the ministry that the CAPEX would be on board because they started this process before even knowing that officially the money would be there. So yes, I agree with IMF, and I'm happy that I'm pretty sure in their next article they'll mention the investments for 2023, and we do have investments currently for 2024 that we have to make sure that they fall in line. But we have investments from the different ministries for 2024 also.
The process, Minister just explained the process of what had to go through to be able to get approved capital expenditures for the country. And I know that there are very disturbing comments being made in the public about a bag of money being dropped on St. Martin and it being just in time for elections. Really and truly, the process is something that every government wants to do every year. But because of the financial situation that we had with COVID, etc., we definitely could not put those type of things or get the approvals, correct me if I'm wrong, Minister, for capital expenditures. And even when we came in 2020 and we went to the Kingdom Council of Ministers, I personally went to lobby for the 2019 approved CAPEX, which was never ever issued to St. Martin. So it wasn't for lack of trying that this government wasn't able to secure the CAPEX, and now we're finally able to do so as we're moving, like we say, into a more balanced budget for 2023 and beyond. But blessed that we were still able to have expenditures in investments being made via the trust fund projects, which are also government's projects. It's just that from our own budget, we haven't been, up until this year, successful to secure CapEx. But I believe those other projects also allowed our economy to continue to be boosted and to grow.